Happy New Year to everyone. I know that I was not here on Christmas because it was Christmas Day. I totally forgot. Plus, I've just been going through over so many other things right now. But I wanted to say thank you for joining me today as it's a very special. Hi, Paul. Happy New Year. So it's a very special New Year. First of all, I'm kind of worried about my friends that are in Japan right now because there was an earthquake and some people felt that earthquake, which is very creepy. But thank you for joining me. I'm still trying to get this whole go live thing. I was able to set up my studio somewhere else though. So I could actually take my studio wherever I want to, which is amazing. Hey, Eric, how are you? Hi, everyone. Okay. So, yes, I'm not back in my physical studio, but a studio that's been set up just like it. So I'm hoping that everything works out fine. I don't know what's going on with these YouTube live links. Feliz Ano Novo to Albert. How are you? Did anyone do anything special on New Year's? Did anyone do anything crazy or creepy or normal? I don't know, but I do know I am looking forward to this year to XPW's next show, the Loco in Texas, to working with another promotion there. And I've been speaking with a place in Holland that we're going to be doing some stuff with, and other parts of Europe, of course. As far as Japan, those of you who know or on my personal page, you know exactly what's going on. I don't really disclose too much about my personal life. In public. It's just not, it's like I don't get social media. You get grown ass people discussing their private lives on there, which just makes no sense to me whatsoever. What else? I'm having a glass of white Bordeaux. That is my New Year's drink. What else is coming up? There'll be another Japan tour next year. And as far as live streams with guests, I know that we had a few issues the last time with Marika. It wasn't her problem. It was the issue was on this end. So I'm hoping that these get resolved sooner than later. Thank you, Eric. I'm really hoping it gets resolved sooner than later. I'm supposed to go over it this upcoming week with my webmaster, with my producer of the show. I hope everyone enjoyed the interview with Jewel Denial. It was a lot of fun because that's someone I really like talking to, because she's definitely by far very she has the same viewpoints I do on like everything, including like a lot of these new porn stars or porn girls. I personally call them like glorified webcam models. That's just me. What do I know? Other people call them porn stars, but to each his own with this stuff. Yeah. Thank you so much. So Paul watched the interview with Jewel Denial and myself on New Year's Eve. And a couple days ago. So that is very, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, Leo, how are you? Happy New Year, Leo. I don't understand New Year's resolutions because I just think every day you're alive, you have that chance to do something spectacular and maybe, go do something more with your life or just make a different change every single day. So I do not believe in resolutions. I know a lot of people do. Do any of you in the chat want to share what some of your resolutions may be or what some of your hopes are? I'm excited for Texas. I really hope that places are open super late in Houston because I get in very late that night on my flight and I don't know what's going to be open. I don't know if there's Waffle House down there that's 24 hours, Cracker Barrel, Texas Roadhouse. I'm talking like something after like 11:45, 12 midnight that will be open in Houston at that hour. So if anyone knows of anything, please drop it in the chat here or even next week when I do this again. And I will be bringing on more guests as I promised. Waffle House, please look into it, Paul. And as you know, my roomie for the trip won't be getting in until the next day. And she's like strictly vegan, like 100% vegan. So I don't know what her choices are going to be down in Texas. Eric, I gotta say, I like your meme. And this whole time I've been thinking you're an Asian man, like an Asian sci-fi geek or something, but it turns out you're a white guy. So it's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying your meme is very misleading. With that said, I am looking into some other bookings around the country. It doesn't mean that I'm not working for XPW. I still am very much working for them. I'm just looking at other prospects, things like that. because wrestling is a very big world. And as Eric knows, I'm still like um, I'm super pissed off about something from the last show. I can't say what though, but you know what it is. And like sometimes when things happen in a wrestling match, like someone screws up something with timing, it's not that you don't forgive them. It's just that you really, I don't know, you kind of like don't want to talk to them. You've been called a lot of things, but Asian dude, look at your meme. If everyone else could just look in the chat and look at Hey Internet Eric here at his meme, he looks like an Asian man. I'm not saying that's bad, but you just look like an Asian guy. I bet I'm gonna get fucking banned off YouTube for saying that. And it's not being racist. I'm just saying you look like an Asian male. And that's totally fine. You know, but that's why this whole time I thought you were an Asian person. And then when um I became friends with you on Facebook, I'm like, what is like who is this person? But moving right along, I don't know. What are some of our favorite what's it? It depends. I don't know. My frustration. Okay. Well, I don't know. Like just depend it depends like I don't know. I don't know. I do photo ops at the wrestling shows. That I do, but I do them usually, let's say, I do them during the meet and greet, like before the show, and that's it. I take photos with fans. I will have photos there that I am selling. Um, as far as hot photo ops, I don't know. I don't think so. But I do know later this year I have a calendar coming out, which will be put out by yours truly. It's just going to be something I'm doing on my own, a small collaboration with someone. What else? Yeah, I'm justified with my frustration. Dude, sometimes, again, I know I brought this up the last time. When a match goes wrong, a match goes fucking wrong. And when I say it goes wrong, I mean, um, espero que Anthony Gutierrez me entiendes. Espero. Pero what I'm saying is when something goes wrong in a match, it goes freaking wrong. And like you just don't know. Like it's one of those things where you can't really I don't know. Like you have to forgive people for things going wrong sometimes, but at the same time, some things just aren't, I don't know. I don't know if the right word is forgivable or just fuck. Is it forgivable or is it just excusable is the word. So I don't know which one it is. Even though like I've been doing this long enough, I just don't feel as though some things are forgivable. Hi Scott, happy new year. Yay, the party's all here. Woo, woo, woo. I like it. That's fun. So yeah, so that's all I'm saying. It's just with matches, but hopefully like next year we don't have to deal with any other green ass hose. So I'm glad everyone enjoyed the last chat with Mariko when we had her on. So I am working on getting Jewel Denial on here, and I'm very appreciative of everyone being very classy in their comments and questions. Because sometimes when you get some girls on here, certain girls you could definitely say something. Some people say something really retarded. Hi. Oh, look who it is. Hi, Christian. So everyone should know who Christian Cipollini is. Christian, I got to invite you on here. I don't know how to do it tonight with sending you a link because I got to have you on here because I know the fans would love this. Christian is writing a book on, get this, ready? El Mano Negro. Now, El Mano Negro, if you look him up, that is a hardcore gangster. Christian also wrote this book, Lucky Luciano. He did his book, which was a really good one, but he's a historian for the Mob Museum in Vegas. So if you ever go to the Mob Museum in Vegas, that is the place to go. And especially when Christian has his things going on, stream. So yeah, it's whenever Christian is there doing a lecture, you want to go. He was just there with Seth Ferranti, who's also been on the podcast before. They did this Dope Men. It was the America's First Cartel. It was just a really good movie. It's on Christian. I don't know if it's on Vimeo or Amazon. I don't know. I saw it on Vimeo because you guys sent me the link, but you got to check out Dope Men. I'm just happy Christian's here. I think this is like the only time I get to see you virtually in a way. StreamYard, I'll try. It's just whenever I think of StreamYard, I think of a duck because it's on Tubi and Amazon. Dope Men, America's First Cartel, which you should watch for sure. What were we saying? Oh, okay. So yeah, it's on Tubi and Amazon. StreamYard. Okay, so when Chris Kloss interviewed me for some XPW podcast they had a couple of years ago, he reminds me of a duck. I don't know why. I think it's when he had the blonde hair and like the eyes. He looked like a freaking duck. Um, Not like influencer type duck face, but just he looks like a duck. And that's why whenever I think of StreamYard now, I think of a duck. I don't know. Speaking of which, and Christian knows, like he knows my personality. It just like listen, seriously. Ever notice how influencers have the same look? It's the same set of plastic surgery, the same like lips, same hairdos, but all the same lips, same like type of makeup, everything. And it's not a bad thing. I'm just saying it's very interesting. So have you influenced people so far down that rabbit hole that like other people want to look like that? I just don't get it. You know, as much as I want to have a body like Stacey Q from was it Two of Hearts or Two Hearts? Okay, if you saw her in Facts of Life when she was dancing around, it was so adorable. So when I say like people should be happy with themselves, yeah, that's great. But you could also aspire to be like, I don't know, a little better. So I don't know what Stacey Q's legitimate statistics were, what her height was or her weight. I do know she was skinny though by looking at her arms, but I want to know the rest. Like I've been looking up online to see how tall this woman was. So I still have no idea. And I'm just rambling on about it, but I'm just grateful people are here because like I said, I didn't know much about this whole live streaming stuff. And I just know a lot of my friends do this, like the Chrissy Mayers and girls like that. And they just keep at it and keep at it. But it's a different story when you do that because I think that's all she basically does is like streams and streams. And I just didn't know like it's a whole other world out there. And I'm still adapting to it. And I appreciate everyone like being in this with me. Aside from my family, they don't know the nonsense I'm doing. Whatever. Yeah, unless they're on here or something. I can't see everyone that's on here, but so moving right along. 2024. So did any of you in the chat make a resolution? And if so, what was the resolution? I need to know. Don't be embarrassed. I just said I want to have a body like Stacey Q. I don't know if that's embarrassing. Yes, actually, that's funny. You just asked me about J Love because guess who the guest is? Not next week, but the week after. J Love. So I did an episode with her. She's actually my roomie in Houston. So we're roommates and she's strictly vegan and everything. So it's going to be very interesting to see what our breakfast will look like the next day. But it'll be interesting to have a roommate that's vegan for the night in the hotel. You plan on taking better care of your body, eating better, less alcohol intake, less sugar. Well, I'll drink the alcohol for you, Eric. Thank you, Leo. Yes, I'm excited. I'm hoping Texas is going to be fun. I heard that they give out free beer, Eric, and free tacos at local wrestling shows. I don't know if that's true or not. But does Waffle House even have vegan options? But yeah. So eventually, yes, nobody fresh. Eventually, I would like to have J Love on the live stream with me. I think we could ask her a lot of questions about health, Eric, and so forth. This is going to be so weird meeting people from the chat in real life. You'll still drink just less. Okay. Well, you should be drinking less beer, That's the key to it because beer really fucks you up. There's something called chitosan. I'm going to put it in the chat. It's a pill, okay? And it's all natural, by the way, and there's nothing crazy in it. So if you take it a half hour before you eat, pick like 4 to 6 of them before you eat. It flushes out any type of fat that is in whatever you're drinking. I have friends who drink a lot of beer that take that and it works so well. Any brand chitosan works or ketosan, however you pronounce it. Paul, Texas is going to be great. I don't know if you're going to wear a cowboy hat or cowboy boots, but it's going to be a very different experience. I don't know which cowboy hat I have. I have an American flag one and I'm getting a Confederate flag one. It just depends on which cowboy hat Larry Legend wears because I don't want to wear the same thing he's wearing. Thank you. Eric. Did a lot of you guys just stay home a couple of nights ago on like a New Year's, or did you actually go out? What did you do? Did you do anything fun? Because I know a lot of people just stayed in because it's just so much better when you stay in. Cowboy boots and hats, yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna wear cowboy boots in the ring. I don't know what to wear into the ring now. That's the whole thing. I have like Daisy Dukes, but if it's freezing there, I'm not gonna freeze my ass off. I mean, I love Rob and I love XPW and I love my fans, but I'm not wearing a pair of Daisy Dukes freezing my butt off. So that's the next thing. What am I wearing? Am I wearing my Daisy Dukes and a little cut off top with cowboy hat and boots? I don't know. Yeah, I think New Year's Eve was definitely a night, no matter where you are in the world, where it's very expensive to go out at night. And the next day, they rip you off even more with brunches that are whatever they do, like bottomless mimosas. And that's the thing. I was doing brunch long before it became trendy. So, you're scrolling through Instagram and all these little hashtags, brunch. Okay, yeah, bitch. I've been doing brunch since the 90s and when it was way cooler and way better with way better food. Now you got all these bottomless mimosas with cheap champagne. That's how you get sick, by the way. Cheap champagne, bottomless mimosas for whatever, $50, $60, and then just horrible sugary food. So you want to know where a lot of the unhealthy eating comes from? It's right there. It's during brunch. I'm not saying I'm the most healthy person because I am a sucker for some good French toast and good croissant. So let's see. You got side hustling. That's cool. Before the amateurs came out. That's smart. That's smart. Scott's the other person that stayed in. It's a lot of people that stayed in. I think last night we could all collectively agree. Um, New Year's Eve night was definitely by far a amateur alcoholics night out. Uh, I don't know. It depends who it is. Are they over 18? Um, yeah, so I don't, that's a weird question, Leo. I don't know. So yeah, I yes. So yeah, side hustling and staying home before the bars get ridiculous. And I don't know what it's like. Paul is from Pennsylvania, guys. So I don't know what it's like in Pennsylvania with the side hustle with the bars there. I would somehow imagine that you get a lot of wackos there. Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. But I can't anticipate, like, this is the one thing I like about small towns is being in a small town, you don't have much, there's not much going on. And you know people just stay in and they drink and they hang out. They might eat food, they might order things here and there, but they mostly stay in for the most part, and that's a great culture to do. Has anyone seen the updates on the tsunami in Japan? So I spoke to Pondo this morning, and he said that they felt it. My Christmas was very well, thank you. How was everyone else's Christmas? Everything was so close together this year. Christmas was fine. Just a few little glitches here and there with things, but very quiet. And yeah, I just kind of kept to myself and did my thing. Uh, Leo, how was your Christmas? Did you do anything? Did you cook? Does anyone on here even cook? I know J Love makes a lot of her own stuff because of the whole cross contamination with the diet, which is pretty interesting. So I wonder what that's like. Well, I'm going to find out in a few what it's like to go out and just have that experience of being with someone that knows what it's like to have cross contaminated foods and so forth. Yeah, they seem to be okay. Oh, hi Shirley. What kind of puppy is Shirley? Because I like puppies. I don't have dogs, but hey, Fitness Ninja, happy Christmas, happy New Year. Yee hee hee. Did you do anything fun last night, Fitness Ninja? Drinking a lot of eggnog. Oh, Maltese are cute. Well, wait a second. That's always good. You got to celebrate it for the kids. Christmas is good. That's good. I like that. Okay, so Muay Thai and Jiu Jitsu training daily. Good. You cleaned and organized your house for Christmas. Well, did you do that, Fitness Ninja? Did you do that for yourself or for New Year's? It seems like a lot of people just stayed in on New Year's. I saw the ball drop in New York, like clips of that. What a fucking like decline. Okay, there's no more Dick Clark. I totally get it. He's dead. We can't exactly rip him out of his grave to go host the New Year's ball dropping in Times Square. But Ryan Seacrest of all people, what are your thoughts on Ryan Seacrest? I don't, and some influencer chick or whoever she is, it's like, let's get this, like, let's make New Year's Eve in New York City great again. Like Drew Carey would have been a great option, I think. Um, some girl, I don't know, maybe Kelly Ripa. I mean, I would much rather, yeah, a lot of people would much rather watch a dead Dick Clark than or an alive Ryan Seacrest. That's very well said, Eric, because that's actually a good tweet. I'm going to put that on there. I'll probably get a lot of heat for it, but it's totally fine. Um, yeah, that's true. A lot of people are also going into trading post and crossroads trading across the country in the US. And that's a place where you could take your old clothes and they'll just buy them from you. But you got to be careful who you get. Sometimes you'll get, like, I did that a few times when I was in LA, and I got this really bitchy girl and she's really severely overweight. So I'm saying to myself, she's not going to understand my clothing being dropped off here. She's going to think everyone is in her size, which is kind of correct in that neighborhood. But so I had to go to a few places, but I still have clothes that I've got to dump off. So I guess that's where the Salvation Army comes in. Um, yeah, I do get a lot of heat. I don't really care. Yes, Jewel, say some. Okay, say some Asian guy online said it. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Then he can't say anything because that'll be Asian hate. Um, yeah, it seems like a lot of people are downsizing with possessions nowadays, and I think that's super important. And also going to the gym almost every day. I don't know how this guy, how nobody fresh is going to go to jujitsu and Muay Thai daily. I want to know how that's going to work out for you. Like, how do you find time to go daily to that? Okay, that's true. Well, that's good. You could always sell things online. I don't have the patience to sell things online. Also, I do eBay. I'm trying to get someone to build a Shopify store for me. A coworker at XPW was supposed to, and I was going to pay him, but that fell through. So now I have to wait and see if I could find someone that speaks English that could build a website for me just for a bunch of vintage jewelry and things like that. Uh, Books, if you got good books, that's always a great thing. I hope people still read books because God knows, I mean, the smell of a book is like nothing else. It really is. And I love the smell of an old book. I like the smell of a new book. I just think it's nice when people read books, and it's super important. I think that this generation is going to lack or miss out on something really cool. Um, yeah, I saw the 25th anniversary in wrestling. The Wait, yeah, you've got to complete the so I've known Paul for 25 years uh from wrestling, and he's going to put up this 25-year anniversary thing for me, which is crazy. 25 freaking years. My God, that's been a long, long time. So that's 25 years since I got into the ring in ECW wrestling. And unlike some people that are green, when you go into a wrestling ring, you have to sell something. So that was my first time in a ring. I was very freaked out and scared. And I still sold the fuck out of that Stone Cold Stunner that Francine gave me. Upcoming next year, I know people are asking if I'm going to WrestleCon. I will be there, but I'm also working for a local promotion in Amsterdam or in the Netherlands. So I'm doing a couple of shows there as well. And I think Necro Butcher and I are going to Mississippi for some shows as well. So I'm going to be posting all this on Instagram and everything. And I'm so sorry I wasn't on here on Christmas. It was just time zone and just a whole crazy change. I'm still trying to get used to it. Happy New Year's, David. How are you? Mwah. Yay. So David, I believe, is coming to the New Jersey show, right? So David, I don't know if you know Paul, but Paul meet David, David meet Paul. Paul is at the Jersey shows. He lives on the East Coast. Oh, you guys do know each other. Okay. I think Paul knows like everyone in person except for Eric, Leo, Fitness Ninja. So if you've been to an XPW show, you've met Paul. Fitness Ninja, let me know if you're coming to the show in Houston on the 27th so I can guest list you. Leo, if you've not bought your ticket yet, you need to let me know so I could put you on the guest list, because I said members of my chat I will put on the guest list. That is not a problem. Paul, I know you have an annual pass, so I can't I can't offer that to you because you already bought your ticket. Eric, I know you're in the Midwest, so if I ever work for Revolver Pro Wrestling, then I guess I'll catch you at one of those shows. Do I even know who David is? David, have I met you before? Chicago. Yes, that's right. Yeah, so Chicago a few weeks ago when I was there. So, okay, there was this furries convention. I was going to buy I was let me rephrase that. There was a furries convention in Chicago. These sickos took up like 3 floors in my hotel. Then they were at another hotel down the way, like at a Holiday Inn, taking up 2 more floors with their sickness. One guy pissed in a fucking elevator thinking he was like a furry fox. Furry foxes don't necessarily piss in an elevator if they're a human with any logic and common sense. I just totally didn't get that. Yes. Oh, you're ring crew, David. Okay, well, I feel like a total idiot now. I'm bad with names. Okay, Leo, if you need to be on the guest list, let me know and I will put you on the guest list. Hi, Great Mac. How are you? Happy New Year. David, I'm sure I'll remember you as soon as I see you face to face. I feel like such a douchebag. Yeah, I don't know about March. Genocide too. Yeah, well, this will be good. I'm excited about New Jersey. David, how's the weather in Jersey right now? Are we heading in for like a freezing cold winter in New Jersey and glorious New Jersey? Because I'm really scared. I'm not that scared of cold weather. I'm just scared if like, ugh, the dry, like in Switzerland, in France, and places like this, it's a dry cold. Okay, back east, that is a wet cold, and I know you guys are used to it. So thanks, David. Remember how it gets so cold at the Hart Ballroom that there's a heater that they do not put on sometimes. Fuck it. I don't care if the place blows up. I'm gonna fucking put the heater on. I'll put it on as warm as I want it, and that's it. I'm enjoying the XPW run this time around, and I'm enjoying whatever XPW is doing differently. I really like it. It's been a lot of fun. Yeah, but see, okay, so if it's cold, I don't know, man. This is like, wait, Paul, are you on the guest list do you have a ticket, Paul, for Texas or not? Um, how cold is Texas? I'm not going down there in sweaters and jeans. Now I got to wear sweaters and jeans and cowboy boots. Oh my God. Is that how cold Texas is? Do I need a coat in Texas? Jesus. Leo, I was just going to get you a ticket. So as long as your name is on my guest list, you'll have a ticket to get into the show. I hope that means that explains it better. I know it can be very vague. So I don't think a cowboy hat goes well with coats unless you're like Columbo or something, or I don't know, Walker Texas Ranger. I don't know. Do coats look good with cowboy hats and boots? Or do cowboy hats look good with coats? Or does it look weird? I don't know. I don't know. 45 degrees right now. Thanks. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to take my coat to Texas. That's what I'm doing. I'm taking my a Western jasmine. Okay, so I have the cowboy hat, but it's an American flag cowboy hat. So I don't know. I have a brown one too, so I could wear the brown cowboy hat, and I have a beige coat, and I have brown boots that are not cowboy. My cowboy boots are like black and white, and then I have like little brown ones that I wear with jean shorts. But I don't think I'll be wearing jean shorts to travel in. Hi, Jamal. How are you? Happy New Year. Happy Christmas. A cowboy hat's mandatory. Yeah, I know. So hold on. Let me just, Leo. Okay. I can put you on a list for the ticket. So Leo, I just texted you something in there. And that goes same with you for Fitness Ninja. Hi, Jamal. Jamal, did he do anything? Did he do anything for New Year's or for Christmas? Or were you another person that laid low? I think everyone laid low this year. I really do. Because aside the prices of things, just this, the fuckery with people these days. I could not tolerate fuckery because I just, even going out to a regular place to have like a lunch anywhere, it's fuckery because you get these this generation of people with like their phones and they talk like this with the chattering, blah, 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 blah. It's like, can you shut up for 3 minutes? And can I just have my meal in peace? Just not having to hear this loud, I don't know. Maybe I'm just like less tolerant for it. Hopefully in Texas, hopefully Waffle House will be a different experience for me than the last time I was in Waffle House in Florida, where a guy came in and his friend worked there and I didn't know this. He said, this is a stick up. And I thought I was getting held up at a Waffle House, that we're going to be dead at Waffle House in like Jacksonville, which is not the way I want to go. Yep. That's smart. Okay. Confirmed, Leo. Confirmed, Leo. I've got to get my nails done. Like when I get back, I'll do them. But yeah. Know what, David? Oh, with the Waffle House, yeah. Okay, so Mania Week, everyone's been asking me about that. Yeah, that thing at Waffle House, I don't know. I was just sitting there eating. Then a guy comes in and says, hey, this is a stick up. I'm like, oh, great. Then his friend was there. That was not a funny joke. Okay, this is going to sound really bad. My Waffle House go-to meal: raisin toast, cheese hash browns. They're like really cheesy, and a couple of eggs, sunny side up, medium. I think that's the best. Now, if we're at IHOP, I like the Swedish crepes along with 2 eggs, sunny side up. If I don't have the crepes, then I want French toast, because I'm a big French toast fan. I love French toast. I'm a total snob when it comes to that. So when I make my French toast, I actually use brioche bread, and I use heavy whipping cream with vanilla and eggs in it. And that's how you make a really good French toast. A mean one, at least. Yeah, I know. It's like, I'm wondering now at Texas, so those of you who are in Houston, what is, yeah, well, there's no IHOP you could get in New Jersey. You can't get that in Texas. I want to know in Texas now. Does anyone know if Waffle House is 24/7? I really hope they are. Because that's going to be my saving grace that night. Yeah, well, thanks, Fitness Ninja. If you're making French toast tomorrow, I think I might have to teleport myself to have some French toast, because that's the best thing in the world with the syrup and everything. Yeah. Nobody fresh. Where are you from? Are you from Nevada, or are you from Texas, or somewhere in those areas? I'm curious. I like to know where everyone is from. I want to know who I'm speaking to sometimes. I know some people are very shy and don't want to say anything. It is 24 hours. Yes. Yes, I'll be living my best life ever at Waffle House. That means, and the thing is, I'm sure they have it on DoorDash and everything, but I don't want to do DoorDash for Waffle House. Like, if you go to Waffle House, you have to sit there like Cracker Barrel and have the experience of it. Yeah, people go there late at night drunk. I think this guy was just doing a dumb joke, but places that are open 24/7, this is a good point. They foster stupidity with visitors sometimes. Like, you get the drunks. It's just like going out to a bar late at night. Then you go into the diner and you have to deal with every moron that's like drunk or had their first beer or like went out to their first discotheque. And that's what you deal with, unfortunately. And that's the nature of the beast. Yeah, everyone likes Waffle House. When I get there, excellent. Are they gonna let me in? Yes, they will let you in on my guest list. Yes, they will do that. Yes. Yes. So I'm excited about this. It'll be really cool. So XPW Loco. And then obviously, what else? There's some other things I worked on, but I don't really go on and tell people about them till they are closer to like production date being pushed out. And sometimes I just like to surprise people and just not say anything, which is even more fun, because then you could just be watching Netflix or something. Oh, wait a second, there's Jasmine, So it's always things like that. Denny's. Oh my God. Denny's is always an experience. Okay. Yeah. I've dealt with mullets before at IHOP in Florida. I've dealt with wackos at Denny's in LA. I mean, you see it all. There, if there's an yeah, but if we go to an IHOP in Newark, are we gonna get shot at or something? Newark's it's okay. So the Harp Ballroom's really it's nice. Um, yeah, if there's an IHOP after, I'll go to IHOP after the show because that's probably the only place to really eat. Um, and then, or actually, I usually go back to Manhattan after the show, and then I'll just eat at a 24-hour diner there. Uh, there is a Waffle House in Houston. It's 24 hours. Great. So let's hope that no one goes in there threatening to blow up the place. But at the same time, like I can't really say anything about like a bomb threat because okay, so all right, so here's something I did when I was younger. Um, all right, so I knew the Jerky Boys like growing up. One of us, well, I did, and one of them, we called the FBI and threatened a bomb threat and stayed across the street and just watch it empty out. Like this is back in the day, back in the day. So they didn't really have quite the same resources. It was just a shitty joke, but nothing happened, obviously. Um, yeah, David, Paul has to do the research because we'll have nowhere to go. And Paul, what's vegan around there? That's the next thing. What is like super vegan around there um, for J Love? Vegas, YouTube chats. Kevin La Rose. Oh, I know you, Kevin. Kevin, I think didn't I send you a t-shirt before? I'm from Chicago. Yeah, I did send you a t-shirt. You bought a shirt from me before. I totally remember. So yeah, I don't know how it's going to be like trying. I've done vegan stuff before, but it'll be very interesting having vegan food with J Love. I'm glad you did and appreciate your shirt. Um, yeah, she was a lot of fun to have on the podcast, and John Jameson is on the show next week of this week. His episode comes out. And then I started to kick back up into high gear, my Ice Cold Conservative podcast. I just had an interview with Nate Kane, who is the original whistleblower in the the Russiagate case with Hillary Clinton and Uranium One. So he came on to my Ice Cold Conservative podcast, and Sarah McAfee, who has this foundation, Stand in the Gap Foundation. It's for families of J6ers, January 6ers, who need resources such as legal help or food and things like that. So not to get political, but that's the other podcast, Ice Cold Conservative. And those are the other two interviews I've done. So I'll probably show up at a few more Turning Point USA events this year to get more interviews. Chrissy Mayer was at AmFest. I was so jealous because I'm pretty sure she got to meet Roseanne. I'm saying to myself, those two need to do like a tour, like an actual tour of like Chrissy and Roseanne somewhere, because that would be a lot of fun, I think. But in the meantime, yeah, so Vigos on Westheimer. So Paul, if you could send that to J Love, that would be really good. And what the hours are, please, because we're probably going to go there we're probably going to go there for lunch or something the next day. I'm just telling everyone in the chat where me and J Love are going for lunch. So yeah, that's where we're probably going to hit that up. I don't know how you can monitor cross contamination with things. I don't get it. I got to ask her about that. So yeah, either next week or the week after, Jewel Denial will be coming on for the live stream, so we can all chit chat with her and have talk. Yeah, I saw that shit. What the fuck is that? Who the fuck in their right mind? Like that is fuckery times 50 by that Joker. You know, I seriously like someone needs to just I don't know, smack his ass around and put some common sense into his brain because that is one more reason not to be in that state because of taxpayers. I'm all about people coming here the right way and getting stuff, but I never went to any foreign country that I've lived in asking for free healthcare when I wasn't there legally. You know, it's like I don't get where the hell this comes from, and that really pisses me off. You know. Thank you, David. You have a good. I'll see you in Newark. We'll go do IHOP. I could never get like pancakes and shit and like French toast DoorDash to me. I know Sonic has really good food. Sonic has amazing food, by the way. Okay, they have really good tater tots and they have amazing hamburgers. I know that Kat Martini went to Sonic and got sick from it, though. That's the first time I've ever heard of anyone getting sick from a from Sonic, I guess. I know a long time ago in Texas, there's a place called Taco Cabana that you could drive through, and it was really late at night, and they had margaritas. Yeah, see, I know, dude, Paul, if I start going to all these places in Texas, I'm gonna get fat. But you could find out where, like, what time, if they're like crazy rowdy. Maybe there's like an electronic bull or something, like a mechanical bull we can go riding on. Yeah. If Jay Love's down for it, I'll go do the mechanical bull. If not, I'll just go do the mechanical bull while I'm in Texas. Texas. Um, but yeah, so this will be a lot of fun. I'm excited for my trip to Texas because that is going to be really good food. Usually when I travel, I don't trips to Europe or Japan, I always eat super healthy because in Japan you don't have nasty food. Like even the karage chicken was so well done and so like perfectly cooked. I didn't get sick from it at all. Yeah, so there is a taco cabana. Is it 24 hours still? I was just in Columbus, Columbia, Texas, not too long ago, and they had places there. I don't know. They were interesting. Like one place, they were really nice, but it was so hipsterish and there was no barbecue. I'm like, where's the fucking barbecue? You're in Texas. The chicken, yeah, the chicken was karaage chicken in Japan and it was really good. Um, Hi Hellstrom. Happy Christmas and Happy New Year. I'm so glad you joined. And sorry about Christmas Day. I was traveling, so I couldn't I'm kind of still traveling, but it's a little different. I have a stable place to set up and do my nonsense at least for the next week. But yeah, so it's not 24 hours. Okay, this is years ago when I was feature dancing at a strip club, and we went there afterwards to eat. It was one of the bouncers that took me, and I guess his girlfriend was a dancer there, and we went to the drive-through. I got to ask you guys something. So, if there was a documentary on Jerry Springer, would you watch it? Yes or no? A documentary on the king of trash talk TV, Jerry Springer. Would you actually watch that documentary on him? If it was done, like, let's say by Netflix. Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So I was on Springer back in the 90s. I was one of his highest rated guests, which is really cool. That's all I'll say. But I'll say one thing about Springer was that the reason why everyone talked to him and opened up to him about their stupidity and whatever fuckery was because it was like someone's grandfather. And he didn't look like he was going to judge anyone because he didn't. I mean, it's Jerry. And I think he heard it all at that point. Like, okay, all right, fine. You married your sister, you had sex with a horse. But I will say this on the list of people that were on the list of people on his top 10 like most controversial guests or 20 in OK Magazine, I came in at number 2. So I'm really happy about that. But I think I might be one of the last people standing in that whole barrage of people. Yeah, and you know what? Feature dancing was fun. Fitness Ninja, it was great. And shows back then were so much more fun. I did fire eating. There was a candle wax show. There's all this crazy stuff. So maybe when I put out my coffee table book, I'll have photos of things from that. I've been working on a coffee table book. Um, I'm just deciding like what I want to do and how I want to put it out and everything like that. But I have images that I could actually use for it. Yeah, it's a shame Springer passed away, man. It just I feel as though the whole era died with him. I don't know what that era was. Um, why was it controversial? Let's see. Let me see if I know how to put this into the chat or not. I was on 3 times, by the way. Let's see. Springer. It's a good thing I carry a laptop when I travel. Springer, SPRI. Springer, here we go. I'm going to share this with you guys. I don't know I could do this. Here we go. How do you do this shit? It wasn't a jacket. It was a dress. I still have the dress, by the way. I know about the Talk to Death. Okay, so that Jenny Jones show, there was a murder. I don't know if anyone remembers that. but it was a while back, and I think Kev, what was it? Was it two gay guys, and then one was a lover, one didn't want the other person to know um that he was gay. I forgot what it was, but someone got murdered. And that's there was also a murder on hold on. Yeah, exactly. That was and he was right because you needed it when you're done being on a show. Take care of each other, don't kill each other. There was a murder on the Springer show too. I don't know if anyone knows that, but I think at that point that's when the show kind of pushed into a whole different realm of like no longer shock TV, but that's when it became trash TV or trash talk TV because people actually went on there trying to harm each other. And I think at some point or another, things just like ratings are ratings. The gay guy was a surprise guest too, like the neighbor. Thank you. Thank you, Fitness Ninja. So the gay guy was a surprise guest who liked his neighbor, and I guess the neighbor didn't know that. And when the neighbor found out, he wasn't too thrilled about it. So who killed who? Did the neighbor kill the gay guy, or the gay guy? Did he have a lover that found out and killed him? And speaking of controversial people, John Wayne Bobbitt. So he came onto my podcast. Uh, he actually there's a woman who cut her husband or her husband or boyfriend's dick off for having sex with her 15-year-old niece. And I think she put it in the laundromat or something. The neighbor killed the gay guy when they got home. What part of the country was this in? Was this in the Midwest or somewhere? I know it couldn't have been California. Uh, so this is on Jenny Jones. And Jenny Jones, I never liked for some reason. She just seemed super unrelatable. She didn't seem like she was someone you want to open up and tell her things because she was so judgmental. Neighbor killed the gay guy. Who is my expert? See, Jewel Denial. Jewel. I wonder if she's drinking right now at home. Anyway, yeah, it's a brown cowboy hat. That dress is a little big. I got to get it taken in. I don't know if it's that cold at that local arena in Lake Orion, Michigan. What kind of an area is that? Is that a small town? Is it a highly conservative area where they don't welcome that sort of stuff? I'm just wondering, because that seems very out of Detroit. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. So that's where the murder happened. And then I guess they canceled Jenny Jones after that. Okay, I get it. Hey, John, how are you? Yeah, that's insane. So we were just talking about Jerry Springer. We're talking about Jenny Jones when there's a murder on as a result of the show and what people. Hey, Happy New Year's. We're just talking about what people do to get ratings on shows. And I feel like with the new age of the internet, there's only so many things you could do to continue to get ratings and viewers and all this stuff. And I really don't know where it stops. Like where does it stop? Does it stop at like murder? Does it stop? Does it stop at just trying to get someone to hurt someone else? And I don't think Springer was ever like that. But when that incident happened, it was really sad because nothing. Okay, Chrissy Mayer just sent me a link. Okay. Hold on a second. All right. So guys, Chrissy Mayer, who we all love, she has a show called The Wet Spot. I agreed to help her out tonight. So it is it's on Compound Media. Hold on a second. Let me just see if I could hop over there briefly. Hold on a second, guys. Chrissy Mayer podcast. Here we go. Chrissy is a fellow conservative like myself and one of those people I really adore. And I promised I would help her with this. I told her I had my live stream and I would hop over there. So let's see. Chrissy Mayer. StreamYard, voila. Okay, remember we talked about StreamYard earlier, guys. All right, so let me see if I can hop on over into StreamYard at the same time. Hold on. And if I do, I'm going to be on the way over on StreamYard. Hang on. Okay. So guys, I'm hopping over to Chrissy's podcast, The Wet Spot on Compound Media. Meet me over there. It's free. I'm hopping off tonight. I will see you guys next week, and I might have a guest, but I won't say who it is. Love you. Ending the stream, and I'm hopping on over to Chrissy's.